श्रीयाख्या चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सद्गुणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौतश्री नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौरङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Today is the last session of our ISKCON Disciple Course. I had asked you to do some reading before coming to this class. I'm sure you must have completed the entire section which was there. So far we have discussed. Now we have only few very short lessons remaining. 4 lessons remaining, and they are not going to be much time taking. So we'll be winding up the course today. You can ask all your questions which you have at the end of these 4 lessons. Also, few announcements will be made after the session gets over, so please stay till the end. The next topic is Guru Tyaga, or rejection of Guru. Honestly speaking, in the life of a disciple or a devotee, there should never be a situation when one feels like I should reject my Guru, because that's a very unfortunate situation. However, sometimes such situation becomes unavoidable. Why? Because the person who is playing the role of Guru may fall in his duties. Srila Prabhupada says material energy or illusion energy of Krishna is very powerful, very strong. And anyone can become a victim of Maya, right? So sometimes when the Guru drifts away from the path of pure Krishna consciousness, and the disciple realizes that it's no longer healthy for me to associate with that personality. So then the disciple may think of rejecting the spiritual master, rejecting the Guru, right? So this is something which even Lord Krishna told Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna told Krishna, how can I fight with grandfather Bhishma and Dronacharya and Kripacharya? They are worshipable to me. They are just like my spiritual master teachers. How can I fight my Guru? So Lord Krishna said that if the Guru is of wrong character, if the Guru does not know the difference between right and wrong, if the Guru is not able to show you the correct path, or if the Guru is misleading you or misguiding you, then you have a right to leave that Guru or reject that Guru. So then Krishna told, because though they are worshipable to you, because they have sided with adharma, you have to reject them. or you have to fight with them, right? So similarly here also we understand that such thing can be done. Now, for example, Bali Maharaj, he was very devoted to his spiritual teacher, or you can say not really spiritual teacher, but his guru, Sh- Shukracharya, right? But then what happened, because his guru told him that do not listen to the words of Vamana. This boy is Vishnu, he has come to cheat you, he has come to take away all your wealth and this and that. So Bali Maharaj said, if he is the Supreme Lord Vishnu and he is asking us for something, the purpose of our existence is to serve him. Why are you denying me? You are my teacher, you should not be discouraging me. In fact, you should be supporting me that whatever he's asking, give him. So then Bali Maharaj decided to reject Shukracharya because you are taking me away from Vishnu. I'm not going to help you or listen to you. So we have such examples in scriptures, right? Therefore, in ISKCON also, there is a policy made by the GBC that if a disciple finds that his spiritual master or spiritual teachers are not in good standing anymore, then they can keep distance. However, we should know rejecting the Guru does not mean we have to start blaspheming him or criticizing him, hmm, or making fun of him in the public, right? That's wrong. How that's wrong? That is wrong because uh, that right we don't have. Why? Because as long as that particular personality was in a good standing, that personality helped us in our Krishna consciousness. And we made some progress in Krishna consciousness because of the support of that personality. So, being grateful for what we have received and what that person has done for us, we have no right to criticize or defame that person, isn't it? But we do have a right to keep distance for our own safety, for our own better spiritual health. Mhm. So, this is very wrong that public criticism should be done. This is very wrong that you openly talk about that person in some public forum, right? It's very wrong that you demean that person to that extent that that person has no option of returning back to the right path or to the proper path, isn't it? Correct? So in such a situation, the devotee has to be very mature, very, very mature. And seeing it as a bad, experience or a bad fortune, the devotee should move on. Some devotees in this such a situation become so, uh, emotionally disturbed, and their faith gets shattered that they feel like totally giving up devotee association, leaving ISKCON, criticizing ISKCON, or becoming Ritvik, or whatnot. But all those are wrong ways of reacting to such a situation. The right way of reacting to such a situation is what? You just accept it and move on. And don't forget that if you have taken Diksha from someone and that particular person is not spiritually doing well now, that means your connection to Parampara is lost. No, no, you are still connected to the parampara, isn't it? And you still are sheltered under the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada and other Siksha gurus who are in good standing in Krishna consciousness, right? Okay. So one doesn't have to think, oh, no, I'm helpless and there's no one for me to help me and all that. No, it's nothing like that. One should continue to practice Krishna consciousness and uh, just take teachings and instructions and association from others who are properly practicing Krishna consciousness. Fine. Mhm. Now, in such a situation, now let me ask you this question. Let's say we took initiation from some particular spiritual master, and then that spiritual master gave up Krishna consciousness or drifted away from Krishna consciousness. So, is it really necessary for that devotee to take an initiation again? To
Yes.
have again a different Diksha Guru?
Yes. If the Diksha Guru falls down, then the person can rethink on this matter.
Yeah, can we think on this matter? But is it necessary? Is it compulsory?
It is
Is
not
it a
compulsory.
It's
He
not
can,
compulsory.
that is his choice. It is not compulsory, basically.
It is not compulsory. So we should know that it's not that if the spiritual master has drifted away from Krishna consciousness, we have to take initiation again. There's nothing like that. If you are once initiated, you are initiated in the parampara. That's all. Finish. Dot. Period. Now you have a
But
connection with the parampara.
but if that person is just like have left ISKCON or not in GBC anymore, then in that case, what should?
You take instructions from so many other devotees who are Siksha Gurus. Why you have to take Diksha again? Do not take Diksha again. You are already initiated. Anyway, we discussed Guru Tattva. It's not that Diksha Guru alone helps us in our spiritual life, right? You have Siksha Gurus to help you. You have Srila Prabhupada as your shelter. Hmm. So in that case, a devotee, if feels like, no, no, I have to take initiation again. I must surrender to someone else now. Then the door is open. There's no restriction. You can't take initiation again. But at the same time, if some devotee feels, no, why should I take initiation again? I'm anyway continuing to practice my Krishna consciousness the way I was doing before nicely. I'll still associate with devotees. I'll follow all the instructions given by Srila Prabhupada and all the other Vaishnavas. So why do I have to take initiation again unnecessarily? Hmm. So that is also right. So there is no forceful law that one has to take initiation again. Because you see, let's say you take initiation from someone, that person unfortunately left Krishna consciousness. Then you take from someone else, that person also may leave, who knows? Then you take from someone else. How many times one is going to do that? Isn't it? Right? So understanding Guru Tattva, one can know that it doesn't have to be like that. Then one has to take initiation again. Hmm. One can continue to practice Krishna consciousness, accepting shelter at other places, other devotees, and making progress in Krishna consciousness. Hmm. Okay, but at the same time, as I said, uh, that devotee can also take initiation if he or she wants to. Hmm. And at the same time, we should also know now, just because this clause is there, that if your spiritual master is not doing well, you can leave him or reject him. And we should know that we should not also become whimsical, you know, that we reject the spiritual master on petty things. Some people are, very, they have some prejudices about how the person should be, how a pure devotee should be. And then they may think, oh, my spiritual master is not like this, let me reject him. No, it's nothing like that. Like I remember once I was teaching to a group of devotees from China. So one lady from there, she asked, I saw my spiritual master, doing japa, uh, like you have Zoom sessions. So she said, I saw my spiritual master doing japa, and suddenly he got a phone call. And, with the bead bag in one hand and the phone in the other hand, he started talking. But he tells in the class that you should not use mobile phone during chanting. So if our spiritual master is doing like that, should we reject our spiritual master? So I told that lady that you can't think of rejection on such a petty thing. You don't know how important that phone call was. Was it an emergency or whatever it is? Isn't it? So you can't reject the spiritual master on such a petty issue, right? So one doesn't have to become fanatic because there is a tendency to see faults even when there is no fault, or the fault is very minor. Correct, isn't it? So only when the situation is very serious, then we should think of rejection. And that also, first of all, there should be a chance given for rectification. Just like, you know, you as a disciple may do some mistake. So would you not expect that I did a mistake? Give me one chance more, no? Before you reject me, give me one more chance. So just like as a disciple, you would expect that my guru should give me one chance more. He should not reject me. Similarly, a little mature person will think, okay, if the spiritual master or teacher has done some mistake, let me give one chance for rectification. Maybe that person accidentally did something wrong, right? Isn't it? Hmm? So one chance can be given. But then when you see that the same thing is being done repeatedly after many warnings and all that, then yes, then you think, okay, now let me keep distance. Okay? Yes, understood this topic. Any questions on this topic? Any questions from the topics we discussed before?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam. I have a question. Uh, how many types of initiations are there? What levels do we have? Different levels in ISKCON?
Actually, there are only two types of initiation. I mean, there are two parts to initiation. I'm glad you asked this question. So, initially, when this process of initiation began, the initiation was just one ceremony. But then Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada, he divided the initiation into two parts, two phases. The first part is known as Harinam Diksha, and the second part is known as Brahman Diksha. Right? So, in initiation, there are Pancha Sanskar, five activities. So, what he did is he put three in the first and two in the second. Okay. Why that was done? That was done because he saw that as Kali Yuga is progressing, people cannot immediately take to the highest standard of purity. So first of all, let them take Harinam Diksha, let them chant the holy name for some couple of years, let them become fixed up in following the regulative principles, chanting the holy name, living a pure life, and then once they have come little bit to the Brahmanical standard, then let them take Brahman Diksha. No. So Srila Prabhupada continued the same in his count. That initiation is given in two stages. First initiation, second initiation. First is called Harinam, second is called Brahman. Okay. Now we are preparing you in IDC for the first initiation, which is Harinam Diksha. Okay. After that, Brahman Diksha is something which is to you and the spiritual master and the temple you are connected to, whether they deem you qualified for it and when do they say you qualified for it and all that. Hmm. Um, if you look at the principle, first initiation mm, is of paramount importance for spiritual life because holy name is everything. Once you have the holy name, you have everything. So second initiation is not compulsory that every devotee should get or will get, may get, may not get, or a devotee may not even want it, or a spiritual master may not even give it. Right, because second initiation is required mainly for some particular services like pujari in the temple, or you are a cook in the kitchen
Okay.
serving the deity, and maybe you are in a position like a temple president or sannyasi or whatever, or you are you want to study the scriptures properly, and something like that. So if a normal ordinary devotee does not even get it, a devotee may not very much chanting the holy name and practicing other principles in life is also sufficient to make progress in Krishna consciousness, right? So these are the two things, first and second initiation. All right.
And Prabhuji, the second is the initiation. Does your spiritual guru, observes you and tells you that you're ready, or it's up to your discretion again, or you
It
have
can
to
be
feel
from
ready for it?
it can be from any direction. Sometimes
Okay.
your spiritual master will tell you, okay, now you can get second initiation. Sometimes you may have to express, Maharaj or Guru Maharaj or Guru Dev, can I take initiation,
Okay.
second initiation? Or sometimes, you're connected to some temple and they may recommend that we need a puchari, we need a cook, and she or he is qualified, please provide him second initiations and things like that.
Do we have female women pujaris in ISKCON, Prabhuji?
Yes, we have, but mostly outside India,
Okay.
not in India. Why not in India? Because in India, socially, it's not so much acceptable that women go to the
Okay.
altar and serve the deity. In the West,
Okay.
it's okay because Western people, their culture will not have any issues with a woman doing such activities. But in India, you know that India is still a male-dominating society,
All right.
right? And especially when it comes to religious matters, then the male dominance is much more prevalent.
Right.
So therefore, woman is not prohibited from doing puja. But then when it comes to public arena or public forum, then the society prefers a man to be in the front,
Mm.
isn't it? So therefore, in ISKCON temples in India, you don't see a woman pujari, but you see Matajis serving the deity, cooking for them in the kitchen. So
Okay.
that is also part of puja only because you are serving the deity. How can the puja be complete without offering of boga to the deity? So
Mm.
a woman is preparing boga for the deity. Woman may be stitching the dress of the deity, decorating and doing all those things
Mm.
for the deity and everything. Just that, that's one act which is going to the altar, blowing the conch shell and offering that arti. That in India, publicly, Mataji doing in the temple may not be really much accepted.
Okay.
But other than that, all the services which are related to deity worship, Matajis can do. Like, even dressing the deity. The door is closed. How does it matter whether a Mataji is dressing the deity or a Prabhuji is dressing the deity? Because
Mm.
no one will be able to notice that or see that. You're getting it, correct? So, in deity worship in India, all the services are allowed for Mataji socially. It's just one thing that going to the temple and doing that arti to the deity.
Okay.
That is something which is. But in West, ladies even do that.
All right. And one more question, Prabhuji. Suppose one being a woman, you want to renounce. Then what is the procedure? Because I understand for women, it's very restricted in India.
The way to renounce for a woman is it's very simple. See, a woman cannot live like a sannyasi,
Mhm.
you know. Uh, so, of course, in the present modern era, even the sannyasis are not living alone.
Right.
They also have so many people around them, and they are not anywhere living in the forest all by themselves. They have
Right.
disciples and they have followers, and they are living in a house or in a temple. So you don't really see sannyasi living alone in that sense, correct? So uh, a lady who is of uh, this mind now that I want to completely retire from material life or social life, she can go to the holy dham and live there, can get connected to
Mm-hmm.
the temple and do some seva in the temple. and live in the association of devotees so that she has some company, some friends, some devotee friends. In case of emergency, she needs some help in old age or whatever. So there are some people who know you and who can help.
Right.
So that's the way she can renounce or live a renounced life. But there is no such facility like for women to live in an ashram together. Though there are such women ashrams in Vrindavan, but in ISKCON you don't have
Yes.
this something like women ashram.
Mm.
Maybe in the West,
That's because
Prabhupada did start something like Brahmacharya ashram because in West the culture also allows it. Anyway,
right,
women are living alone, single,
right.
you know. So yes, it's okay. So in India, such things are not really so much happening. But there's nothing like a woman cannot live a renounced life. What's your
Sure.
problem? And you go to Vrindavan, you see so many old ladies or even middle-aged ladies who are living by themselves.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I have a question. How do one become a brahmachari? One who follows the principle is called brahmachari or what?
How does one become a brahmachari? You're asking about a male brahmachari,
No, Prabhu,
a,
female
a man,
brahmachari.
or you're asking about in general brahmachari?
Female.
So see, brahmachari means celibacy. So as long as you are not married and you are keeping yourself pure in terms of not having any physical relationship or even mental relationship with the opposite sex, then you are observing brahmacharya. And even let's say someone is married, after that also a person may observe brahmacharya, right? So for a man, it's possible to live in ashram facility and be called as a brahmachari. And for a girl, she can live at home and practice brahmacharya. No problem. She doesn't have to live in an ashram only to practice brahmacharya. She
Does
can live
Guru give permission to be a brahmachari?
for lifelong.
No, like as one wants to be.
To a woman or a man?
Woman, Prabhuji.
Um, well, generally, no, because first of all, not all women would prefer that kind of lifestyle for the whole life, and maybe for fun of few years. But then, if a woman is not married, then she's keeping herself pure. She is anyway being a brahmachari. There's nothing like
Yes.
the guru has to give special permission for it,
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you.
right? But there's no such facility in ISKCON that just like boys or men can join an ashram and stay as a brahmachari. Uh, there's no such facility for girls or women to do something like that. But there's nothing like they cannot, as I said, they can stay with their parents, they can live alone, they can live with other devotees. And in that way, if they want to maintain celibacy, they can. Any other question?
Prabhu, there is question like page 55. It's written like as long as your mantra guru is present, you cannot go elsewhere. The thing you were
Yeah,
explaining,
it means the thing is that if your guru is properly uh, situated in Krishna consciousness, then you can't just reject and again take initiation.
yeah. Okay.
Some people do that, whimsically. They take initiation, it's gone, and then they find some Babaji in Vrindavan and they think, oh, this Babaji is very esoteric and he's telling so many uh, confidential pastimes of Radha and Krishna, and I like to listen all that and this and that. So now let me take initiation again. That is not to be done.
Prabhu, it is here written like you need for cooperatively fulfilling the relationship and consolidation. I need to read that also, lesson 12 and all.
Now you have to read the lesson 14.
Lesson 12, lesson 13 is there. Then to appendixes.
Yeah, means you don't have to read appendices. But then the appendices are also not to be left. I mean, you can do that as a personal reading for your extra knowledge. Hmm. Okay, we go to the next topic, which is presenting one's guru. So presenting one's guru means how do you present them publicly? How do you present Srila Prabhupada and how do you present your guru? We already discussed somewhat the subject matter that we always keep Srila Prabhupada in the front, right? And we give the highest respect to Srila Prabhupada. Regarding one's own spiritual master, the scriptures say that one spiritual master should be hidden or kept hidden from others. I mean, that doesn't mean that you don't tell about your spiritual master to anyone. But the point is, like there are two kinds of people. Some people are so wealthy, so wealthy, so wealthy, but they don't like to show their wealth. They will just live like normal, simple, ordinary person. They are very wealthy, but you know. And some people, they may not be so wealthy, but they like to show their wealth. In the sense, they'll have so much of gold over their body, and they have this car and that car, and then they want to publicly tell that we are so rich and we have two kinds of people, isn't it? So, whom do you find more mature in nature of these two categories? The first one, who has wealth but who does not show, isn't it? More mature. Why? Because wealth is something which you have, you may not have, and it's something which belongs to you. You don't show it. You don't show it, isn't it? You keep it to yourself. So similarly, a mature person understands that whatever valuable I have, you can't just talk about it to anyone and everyone. You have to keep it secret. You can only talk about it in some confidential forums or groups, right? So a mature devotee will not publicly unnecessarily glorify his spiritual master or her spiritual master, talk too much about them. Oh, my spiritual master is so great, and this and that and all that. No, a mature devotee will not do that. A mature devotee will keep all those sentiments very hidden in the heart. On some occasions, like when there is Vyas Puja, there's Guru Puja, there's an event where you have to glorify the spiritual master, then that devotee will definitely bring out all those emotions and feelings and express those feelings. But it's not that that devotee is like whole day just beating the drum, My spiritual master is like this, my spiritual master is like that. You know who my spiritual master is? My spiritual master is the greatest spiritual master. No. So the scripture say that one should very maturely present one's spiritual master. Very maturely, you know. And it's the same about one's sampradaya, one's teachings, the holy name, the mantra, and everything, right? So that's about presenting one's guru. So then there are some clauses like how can we present our guru, what we should not be doing, all that. So here comes a question now. We know about the Vyas Puja ceremony. So we should celebrate the Vyas Puja of Srila Prabhupada, who is the founder Acharya of ISKCON. And we should celebrate the Vyas Puja of our Diksha Guru also. But if we get a chance to celebrate the Vyas Puja or participate in the Vyas Puja of other spiritual masters within ISKCON, should we participate or not?
Yes.
We
Yes,
should.
Prabhu, you should.
Should. Should. It's not that oh, he's not my guru, why should I listen about him or hear about him? No, you should, because a Vaishnava will always be very happy to hear about the glorification of other Vaishnavas,
Yes.
right? And Vyas Puja is not a ceremony to worship a particular person. Vyas Puja is a ceremony to honor the Guru Tattva, you know, that how Krishna's mercy has manifested in the form of Guru or spiritual master, right? So when a particular personality is glorified, a Vaishnava is glorified, only immature devotees will become insecure or envious. Oh, why are you speaking so nicely about that particular spiritual master? My spiritual master is better spiritual master. Mm, Such things should not be going on in one's mind. One should very joyfully, happily glorify the Vaishnavas, you know, and uh, and just like, if some particular father or mother is glorified, you don't feel envious or insecure that my father is not so good, my mother is not so good. No, your father is father for you, and that's why that's the best father. But your mother is mother for you, she's the best mother, isn't it? And at the same time, if someone else is a father to someone else, then for that person, that is the best father. So when we hear glorification of other Vaishnavas, so we should very open-heartedly accept it, hear it, celebrate it. And in this way, we should increase our appreciation and admiration for the entire Vaishnava society or Vaishnava family, isn't it? And we can also learn. When we hear about the good qualities of others, we begin to get those good qualities, isn't it? So that was the topic of presenting one's guru. And then the last topic is cooperation within ISKCON, right? So this is very important. Again, let's let's go through this. So sometimes it may happen that there's some sort of discrimination going on within the society based on material um, grounds, you know. But that is not something which is expected within ISKCON, or that's not what should be happening in ISKCON. So we should not become a part of it. We may become a victim of it, in the sense someone may behave like that with us and we may be really hurt. But we should just neglect such experiences, in the sense we should not become affected by it or become uh, you know, discouraged by those experiences. But the most important thing is that we should not become a cause of such experiences for others, and we should very nicely, in a friendly manner, deal with all the Vaishnavas we come across in the Vaishnava society. Sri Prabhupada has said this, before also we have studied about how cooperation is required, and cooperation is very um, pleasure giving to the Supreme Lord. Like we know this section from Srimad Bhagavatam, the the activities of the Prachetas. There were 10 brothers, and they together perform devotional service. So Lord Vishnu became extremely pleased with them, and then he came and blessed them, and he said, "My dear sons of the king, I am very much pleased by the friendly relationships among you. All of you are engaged in one occupation, devotional service. I am so pleased with your mutual friendship that I wish you all good fortune. Now you may ask a benediction of me." Right? Let's read these two more. Lalit Maharaji, first read this, cooperate to keep this institution.
Ji Prabhuji. Cooperate to keep the institution together after I am gone. Your love for me, said Srila Prabhupada, will be shown by how much you cooperate the institution together after I am gone. United we stand, divided we fall. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself wanted a cooperation. He is God, Krishna, and therefore cooperation is very important thing. Nobody should think that I have I have got so great ability I can do. No, it is simply by cooperation we can do very big thing. United we stand, divide we fall. This is our so big strong in pushing on Krishna consciousness, and Krishna will help. He is the strongest still. We must be combined together.
Yes. Fine. So we end here. Any last question or comment?
Prabhu, where we will send the answers of the exam?
You will not send the answers of the exam because the exam will be done online on Zoom on coming Sunday, the 20-mark closed book exam. So that you write and then you take pictures of the papers on which you write, and then at that time you send us the answers, which will correct. You don't have to send us answers to those 20 questions which you have given as the question bank. That is for you to study. You write the answers and you study. On the exam day, we'll ask you maybe one or two or five or six questions from that question bank. And then you answer those questions. And then you send us that PDF.
Okay, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, if we are not able to give on 3rd of November, then is there any other date also for that?
Yes, then you can contact us. We can arrange for you on some other day.
Okay, Prabhuji. But on 3rd, it will be 7 o'clock only in the evening.
I mean, for the group, it will be 7. If you have some other personal preference because of some genuine reason, we can look into it.
Fine. Thank you.
All the questions will be coming from that question bank.
Yes.
I am just looking for one thing. It was written, so I'm not getting it. I forgot to mark it. Just on the Vyas Puja day, if we ask any of our spiritual masters, god brother or god sisters to glorify our spiritual master, that is also an offense. It was written like that. If we request them or something like that.
It's not really an offense. I mean, it is not. If it is done in a way that you have to glorify my spiritual master, then it is something which is not very uh, pleasant for us to force someone, right? But if that particular god brother or god sister has a very good relationship with a spiritual master, then there's nothing wrong that you can ask, would you like to tell something about our spiritual master? It's okay. No problem.
Obviously, if we are not initiated, then can we chant on Tulsi beds?
Yes, no problem. There's no harm in chanting on those things.
We are chanting on Tulsi beds. What happens? We get more mercy.
Yes, it is true. If we chant on Tulsi Beach, we get no verse. So that's okay. If we feel like doing that, no problem. Some devotees, they think it's okay if I just chant on the normal beats when I get initiated and get Tulsi beats. They think it's also fine. Something, no, let me chant on Tulsi beats now only. That is also fine. So today also you'll get one quiz to do, and maybe in two days I will send you the fourth quiz as well. And on Sunday you can have your exam, right? Just one last thing which I have to tell you is that when you go to the website, there's an option of leaving a feedback of the course on the web, on the course page. So you can leave some feedback about this ISKCON Disciples course. And on the Simple Vedas platform, we have many other courses. So many of them are free courses. So you can also take your time to go through them and learn at your own pace, um, and make the best use of this platform, which we have made for devotees use, right? So I'll show you how you can leave a feedback for the course on the website, and then after that we can close the meeting. All right. So first you need to log in. You all have your accounts. So you do the login. And then after you have logged in, in the mobile phone, you'll see this menu option. So go to courses. And then when you go to courses, you go to ISKCON Disciples Course. Sorry. Yeah. You go to ISKCON Disciples Course, and then when you scroll down, you'll see here the last option known as reviews. Fine. So you click on reviews. But there's something wrong with this page. It's not working. Maybe it's not loaded properly. So when you click on reviews, you see the reviews section opens. So at the bottom, you can put your name and you can put a star rating, and then you can go to your feedback. Click on that. But you'll have to log in first to do that, right? And on the courses page, you'll find other courses which are offered by Simple Vedas at present, and also which will be coming in the near future. So you can have a look at them. All right, so we'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna.